Kugan Cassius, IFL TV, MTK Global. We're in Aldershot here.
Yeah, Aldershot.
Aldershot.
Very nice.
Go on, you explain what we're doing here.
We're here for the PDC charity fishing day. I'm not a fisherman. As you know, my old man is a mad fisherman. And we're going to be fishing here for I think the next 4 or 5 hours. Seeing who catches what. And then just trying to raise money for charity.
How do you work the teams out? Or how do teams sort of
individuals. There's no teams.
I thought you were all in different
pegs.
teams.
No, there's individual pegs.
Right.
As far as I understand it.
What's the biggest fish you've ever caught?
A mahi. I caught a marlin once in Mauritius. Over £100.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Impressive.
Do a bit.
Impressive. So you've had a busy couple of weeks.
Yes, very.
We
haven't really spoke since the white fight.
Obviously you announced Danny Jacobs, but that's, just to clarify, that's not a DAZN thing, is it?
That's HBO.
That's HBO. Yeah, for the IBF title. So is that kind of a co-promotion with yourself?
No, it's my promotion. Obviously, Derevenchenko's with LOGAN, so we're co-promoting in that essence.
Right.
It's a matchroom show on HBO. Danny Jacobs obviously has an existing agreement with HBO before our DAZN deal kicked in. And then obviously the next day we announced Andrade against Saunders in Boston.
With a very good card.
Yeah, brilliant card. I mean, that is an unbelievable night of boxing. Unbelievable night of boxing. I'm very proud of that card actually in Boston. I think it would do very well. And it was good, great press conference. Billy Joe saw him put a little sign up while I was asleep as well.
Yeah, we saw that actually.
Do you know what? I went to sleep on the plane and I just thought, I know that Billy Joe is going to take a picture of me while I'm asleep. But I thought, you know what, fuck it. But as he texted me yesterday, or whenever it was, he said, I'm really lucky that I didn't get my balls in his balls in my face. And that's what I thought might happen. So I was quite pleased with him just calling me a cunt. I don't know what a cunt is, but, you know, each to their own.
You can't fall asleep with Billy Joe.
No,
I've learned this myself in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah, very entertaining presser. Andrade give it as good as he got as well.
This is a massive fight.
What was he wearing, Ed?
He was like a colonial New England outfit, apparently.
Okay.
As Billy Joe said, in front of many women at the press conference and TV networks, I don't know whether to fight him or fuck him. You gotta go, yeah?
Alright, okay, we'll pick it up later. Let's back up. Massive celebrity you are here. I've just seen everyone coming up to you asking for pictures and stuff.
I'm trying to concentrate on my fishing and you keep pulling me away. This is what people don't know about Kugan Cassius. Last night I get a phone call, Kugan. You know, I've been at Southend all day, bank holiday.
What was you doing in Southend?
With my kids, just on the amusement park and all that.
What, Peter Pan's?
Yeah.
Is that still there?
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
It's been there
really
for years.
And you call up at like, what was it, like 9 o'clock. I was fuck. Oh mate, are you doing this fishing thing tomorrow? I thought, oh no. Can I come down and get you and Dylan? So that's why we're here.
Just going back to the Boston card, solid
Great
card.
Massive card.
Taylor and Serrano.
Taylor Serrano, James Tennyson against our new signing, Tevin Farmer, which is just a brilliant fight for the IBF World title. Then you've got obviously Saunders Andrade, you've got Scott Quigg returning on the card, you've got Danny O'Connor against Tommy Coyle, which is a banger. You've got Mark DeLuca, he's rematching the guy that just beat him. Danny Aryalusinoff will be on that card as well. Noel Kennedy's on that card. It's a mental card, mental night of boxing. And sign of things to come for the DAZN.
Any more to be added on to that, or?
No, we've got like 11 fights.
Oh, 11.
Like, yeah.
Okay.
Okay then, ladies and gentlemen.
So that's that. And then
we have 8
tomorrow we got the Newcastle press conference. So we're sort of starting to take shape now. September 8th, Khan against Vargas. September 22nd, Joshua against Povetkin. September the 28th, we've got Callum Smith in the World Boxing Super Series final. Saudi Arabia. You going to that?
Yep.
See you there. October the 6th, we're in Chicago for Vargas Delorme, Beterbiev against Johnson, Gerald Miller against Adamek, Roman against McDonald for the world title as well. Then October the 13th, we're in Newcastle. He's fighting for the European title. That'll be. When's this going out? This video.
Later on today.
That's fine. So he's fighting against Francesco Patera.
Okay.
So Patera beat Tatley.
Yeah.
And then lost to Tatley in a rematch.
Marvin Petit didn't.
So.
Yeah.
Tatley's moving on. He's like, the mandatory is Marvin Petit from France. Okay, Tatley had to fight him. Tatley's like been European champion forever. He said, look, I'm going to go and try and fight for the world title now. He's ranked, I think, top 5 of most governing bodies. So then it was Petit against Ritson. Petit is injured at the moment and can't box in October. So we went to Petit and said, look, can we fight the next available, Patera, and then we'll fight you in December. So that's the deal we've done, and the EBU are happy. So tomorrow we will announce that Lewis Ritson challenges for the European lightweight title against Francesco Patera. Robbie Davis Jr. against Glenn Foote for the British and Commonwealth light welterweight title. Joshua Boatzy, Dave Allen on that
Who
card.
will Dave Allen fight on?
Dave Allen, we're looking at opponents now. We'll announce tomorrow. Some interesting options. I mean, I don't want to give him... We had a chance to fight Kuzmin on the Joshua card, you know, the Russian, who's very, very good, part of World of Boxing. And it was like, why do we jump into that fight? The money would have been great, but he wants to have a run at it, you know? I just said, look...
Is this going to be a proper fight or a tick-over fight?
No, proper fight.
A proper fight,
proper fight. Be a 10-round, probably get a title as well. Dave Allen can make the easy fights look tough sometimes. But I had a good chat with him on the phone last night. I just said, look, Dave, I just feel like after that win, we should make a run at it now to see what is achievable. He's still got to change a lot of things in his life. His preparation, maybe some of his training as well, his nutrition. But it's all about desire. I said to him, look, do you want to do that, or do you just want... I said, if you don't, just let me put you in with Kuzmin. I'll give you 6 figures, you know? No, I want to... He said to me something really refreshing last night, because I just want to win. You know, I'm not bothered about the money anymore. And I'm trying to get him in the mentality. He's very lucky to have a sister who sort of manages his life and his money, because now he's bought a house. You know, after this fight, he can pay his mortgage off. And I said to him, I want to see you buy a couple more houses. You know, we'll get those all paid off. That's so far. He's like, what? I said, no, this is what I want you to leave the sport with. So, but he's... You know, I said to him, you've carved out a big name for yourself. You're one of the most popular fighters in Britain. Watch the reception he gets in Newcastle. And let me tell you, Newcastle, last time I was in Newcastle, when I walked out of Lewis Ritson, because it was unexpected, you were there, weren't you?
100.
I wasn't there, no.
Right, thanks for that. And then I've never heard anything like it, and that was with 6,000 in there. We'll do the lot this time. He's going to be absolutely mental on October 13th. So that's October 13th. October the 20th, we're in Boston. October the 27th, we've got a double header. We're in Copper Box in London, with Cheeseman against Byfield and Doyle against Gill and Walsh against Lowe, and another main event being added shortly. Then in New York with Jacobs Derevenchenko.
Where will you be?
I'll be in New York.
Okay.
And then November 3rd, we're just sorting out. Could be Rocky Fielding. November 10 could be Bellew Usyk. November 17 is our show from Vegas. November 24 is Monaco. And then you got December 1. You got Khan possibly. You got Dillian possibly. You got our show in America in December as well. So basically, we've got boxing every week.
From October.
No, from
well,
from
September.
Joshua, really. We've got 1 week off between Khan and Joshua, and then.
Okay. Khan Brook.
Yeah.
Obviously, Khan's got to come through Vargas, but are you going to start to sort of push that forward?
Yeah, I am. I mean, I spoke to Kel yesterday. He wants a big fight, you know. I was going to put him on the Joshua card. He just wants a big fight now, and he wants Khan. And after the Vargas fight, I'm going to be pushing Khan to see if we can make the Brook fight. He has also, actually both guys have got the Pacquiao fight to look at as well.
You've been talking to Pacquiao's team?
Yeah, these guys flew over to Boston to meet me last week. Good meeting. You know, I'm getting hounded by US. Is it? You know, how close is it? I said, I don't know. I said they flew to Boston to see me, which is a great sign. I said, but also they're obviously going to talk to other people as well. So if they like what they hear from us, we'd love to sign Manny Pacquiao to the Matchroom and DAZN team, Sky Sports team. So
would that be a possibility of Brook fighting Khan, the winner to fight?
Possibly.
Pacquiao.
Or Brook could fight Pacquiao. Khan could fight. Yeah, if Khan wants too much money to fight Pacquiao, maybe Brook jumps in and fights Pacquiao.
But it's your first choice to make the Khan Brook fight ahead of anything with Pacquiao.
Yes, and it's the right fight for both, to be honest. It's the most money for both guys. It's the right fight. We can do Pacquiao in November, December ourselves, and then do the winner of Brook Khan to fight Pacquiao in the summer.
How's talks with Mikey Garcia going?
I had a long time on the phone with him last week. Smart guy.
What is he hesitating over something, or?
There's a lot of people who would just, if I signed Mikey Garcia, they'd be on their knees for 2 or 3 days crying. So if you could imagine what these people are saying to Mikey Garcia, don't go with her. I mean, this guy, the zone. I mean, what is the zone? You're going to walk away from Showtime for the zone, and but the truth is, like I said to Mikey, check my reputation, check our company, speak to my fighters. We're the best out there. So this ain't a gamble.
48.
You know, this is a great move for you, and on top of that, you're making much more money than you're making over that side of the pond. And he'll acknowledge that in his interviews, he knows that. So we're close. All these guys, to be honest with you, Coogan, they're all coming. They're all coming.
34.
But it might take a month for some, it might take a year for some. But at the moment, what's brilliant, and maybe they don't see this side of things at the moment, like UK fans, it reminds me so much of how it was in the UK when I started. Block Hearn, don't let Hearn any fucking, what's he doing? No, let's team up together. You know, let's block him from here. Let's join forces. This promotional company. Remember the famous photo? Frank Warren, Ricky Hatton, Frank Maloney, Barry McGuigan, all in the middle with the hands. We're teaming up to form the new UK domination. Lasted about
36.
3 days. So this is exactly the same what I'm up against in America. But this time, it's Al Heyman, it's Showtime, it's all the people that will say, we don't have a problem with Eddie Hearn. And what they're trying to do at the moment is to match me dollar for dollar on the offers and stuff like that. And that's cool. What a time to be a fighter. What a time to be a fighter. But I remind them, you better have deep pockets. Because these ain't my pockets, by the way. But we will win. We will win.
43.
I know this is all like very boring now, but obviously Shelley Finkel, when he was over in Belfast, was talking to some of the media about stuff. Did you see what he was saying?
Bits and pieces. I mean, look, if you can't read this Wilder Joshua Finkel situation now, you are thick. So it appears now that Frank Warren was asked to help raise the finances, his word, to raise the money or whatever, the offer for the off, get the money together for the offer for Joshua. If you want to work with Eddie Hearn, Matchroom, Sky and Anthony Joshua and make a fight, would you ask Frank Warren to get involved and help you get the money together for that fight on BT? So unless you are thick, if you didn't realise the whole time this was a ploy just to raise Deontay Wilder's profile and probably go and make the Tyson Fury fight, which by the way, this is clever. Well done. I'm not knocking him.
Who's clever?
Well, I think Finkel. I think this is a clever move. They've used Joshua to try and create a profile for themselves. If you think, and I think the only way it's come unstuck is Frank telling the media and you what has happened behind the scenes. So Frank Warren has helped try to get the money together for the offer for Anthony Joshua. I mean, for our side, people saying, you know, we didn't believe the money existed because it was Al Heyman, it was this. Worse than that now, they're asking Frank Warren for some help getting the money together. And not just that, they're proposing that it goes on BT, which Anthony Joshua can't do anyway. He's got a contract with another broadcaster. So the 50 million offer was absolute bollocks anyway. So
what about Finkel's comments about the contract?
What contract?
The one that you said you were going to send that was signed by Anthony Joshua. That he said that back that was signed by you.
Yeah, but Joshua doesn't. So we've had this conversation. Joshua doesn't sign a promotional contract. I own Joshua's promotional rights. He doesn't sign fight contracts, and nor does Deontay Wilder, by the way. It'd be signed by his official promoter if he had one. So that's absolute rubbish, and he knows that.
He said it was a worse contract.
It wasn't. It was exactly the same, but taking into consideration the Povetkin fight. So just the dates changed. It was all the things that they already agreed in writing with us over the email. They're lying. It's complete bollocks. And they say, you can't agree a fight if there's no venue or date. Yet Fury versus Wilder is on. It is on. But there's no venue or date. Carl Frampton against Warrington. It is on. But there's no venue or date. So all of a sudden, you can agree a fight with one person with no venue or date, but you can't agree a fight with us. Even though when you knew roughly when it would be, as is the same with those fights. No?
You've had no conversations with
None
Finkel
at all.
since...
They don't want... It's all bollocks. It's all bollocks because they'll be coming to me now, trying to make this fight. I've sent them a contract. They haven't even replied. They haven't even come back and said, we don't like this clause. We don't like this clause. It's just no.
What about the rematch? Obviously, he
They
keeps
agreed to the
mentioning.
rematch.
Okay.
We set the terms out in the offer with a rematch. It was agreed. It wasn't. No, we're not doing that. We accept these terms. Please send a
And the
contract.
rematch that if
That's
Joshua
it.
loses, there's
Yeah.
a rematch. If Wilder,
Correct. That was agreed in writing.
okay, loses, there's no
That's
rematch.
and you
Okay.
can't say people come out here and go. But again, why does Wilder come out now and say 15 million? What sort of offer is that?
Team Whitman
You agreed it.
Brown.
You can't. It can't be that bad if you've already agreed it in writing. We accept the offer, 15 million. That rematch clause, the other details of the deal, which was virtually nothing at all. All of that was agreed by Wilder. Yeah, he comes around now and says, "Well, they didn't want the fight. The offer was a joke." You accepted the offer. It's all absolute bollocks, and it is frustrating because there are some people out there that still can't get it. Think in your mind. They've got Frank Warren on board
22.
to raise the money of a 50 million offer to box on a network that they know Joshua can't box on. Think, just sit down and think for a minute. There's no date or venue. How can you agree a fight? You've just done it with Fury Wilder. There's no date or venue.
Total of 127. Steve Brown.
So they've kind of ruled out, from what they're saying, April
We're
the
ready to
13th
talk.
with
We're
Joshua.
ready to talk. We're ready to do that fight now. And if you don't like the terms that you've already accepted in writing,
Mason.
tell me what you want to change. Like, people have to. They can make this fight now. They don't want the fight. Otherwise, why wouldn't they get onto me? You know? It's absolute bollocks. And I'm so sick and tired of talking about it because we have the number 3 heavyweight in the world to fight on September 22nd. And let me tell you, this Povetkin fight, with all the things that are going on, with all the things that people are talking about, this is the toughest fight of Anthony Joshua's career, undoubtedly, on September the 22nd. So that's where our focus is. We can't do any more. We've sent him the contract. Oh, we don't like things in the contract. Reply. Tell us what you don't like. Don't just go to the media with it. You know?
Well, I mean, with this Fury Wilder situation, obviously, one of the reasons why this didn't work between you and Fury is because you said that those kind of level fights, he wanted a few of them.
Yeah.
But if you'd kind of, would it have been different if you knew that there was possibly a plan to want to fight someone like Deontay Wilder in his third comeback
There was
fight?
never a plan from Fury to want to fight Deontay Wilder in his third fight in November or December.
Okay, yeah.
Never. Wasn't even. So that's why I have my doubts. Because I tried to get him to fight, it's very well documented, Travis Kaufman on the comeback, Tony Bellew, Dillian White, Anthony Joshua. He said, no. I want to fight 4 guys like Sefa Seferi and Pianetta. Then I want to fight Manuel Char, Marius Wack, and then AJ. It's like 6 or 7 fights down the line. So when the Wilder fight got announced, it doesn't. I don't know, unless he's getting 20 million, maybe he's just getting 20 million up front in escrow. And he says, you know what, fuck it, I'll do it. Or maybe he's just thinking, you know what, this training thing's hard, I'm not really getting up for these little tiddly fights, let's just do it.
But it's your opinion that he's not ready for that fight?
Of course he's not ready for it. Do you think he's ready for that fight?
I think he could do with one more fight
Of course
at
he
least.
could. I think he's got, the more he's in his flow, the more chance he has against
But
Wilder.
listen, if he wants to do it, fair play
If
to
he
him.
wants to take the
Listen,
money, if he's getting, like I said, if he's getting 20 million, which if they're offering Joshua 50, how much should they offer Wilder, Fury? 20? I don't know.
I mean, if the opportunity's
Is-
there for Fury,
does
though,
Fury
he's
only
going to
see
take
himself
it.
as half the commodity of Anthony Joshua? He must be getting 25 then. He ain't going to take $10 million, is he? If they're offering Wilder, Joshua 50. 50.
But people kind of giving you stick about, saying, oh, look, this is the fight in the...
Well, they're saying to me, how can this fight happen but Wilder, Joshua can't?
Yeah,
Quite easily. Fury's a voluntary challenger. He don't have a belt. This is a voluntary challenge for Deontay Wilder. So he's giving Fury a shot at the world title and a load of money. That's easy to happen. Not when you've got 2 world champions for an undisputed championship. Of course that fights. This is the frustrating thing about when I'm debating with fans or talking to fans. Just sit down and think for a minute about everything that's being said.
I think it's
Frank Warren's seen the contract for Joshua to fight. Sorry, for Joshua to fight Wilder for 50 million. Yeah, he's seen it. Is that what he said?
I believe so.
Right. Why haven't we seen it when we asked for it? Why wouldn't they send it to us? Yet Frank Warren gets to see it. They've offered us 50 million. We're very interested. Please send us a contract. No, we're not sending you the contract. Okay. Can we meet then on Friday? No, we can't have a meeting either. What the fuck? What? You have to publicly accept the offer and then we'll meet or send a contract. I don't want to publicly accept the offer. We don't know all of the terms. One of the terms would have been to box on BT. Deal breaker, straight away. It's all absolute bollocks. Absolute bollocks. But once again, a fight gets announced that ain't done.
So, okay, let's assume the fight to happen. What will you do with kind of what happens from that fight, the winner? Will you? Is that what you'll look for at some
I don't think
point
we'll have
next
time.
year?
If that happens, I'm guessing if the fight happens, it'll happen in December. We haven't got time. We can't wait till December to sort out Joshua's next fight. And Wilder shouldn't be boxing in December. He hasn't boxed since March. So he can't get himself ready really for a fight of that magnitude in April anyway. Wilder, what I'm hearing is Wilder wants the Fury fight in November. Joshua wants Fury wants the fight in December. Fury is a smart man. He knows he needs one more. Look at everybody in boxing, what they're saying. Fury against Wilder now, easy fight for Wilder. Fury against Wilder next summer or wherever, tough fight for Wilder. You just saw Fury, and he was definitely holding Pianetta up, but like he could have been a little bit more. But he got booed out of the ring. Like he ain't ready. He's looking terrible, but he's like, mate. But anyway, it's not my business. Good luck to him.
Okay.
But I just hope that people can just get a grip of reality and just think about the things that have been happening and realise that it was all bollocks.
Will you reach out to them at any point?
Possibly. I was thinking that yesterday.
What? With what?
Just to say, any comments on the contract? Like, do you even want to talk about making this fight or not? Like, we didn't even get a reply to the contract that we sent, signed. Not even a fuck off. Anything. I don't want it. They don't want it. Like I said, it's clever. It's clever what they've done.
Give me a little bit more of an update on Bellew and Usyk. So you're looking at the 10th of November.
Yeah, so...
In Liverpool?
No, not Liverpool's too small, unfortunately. Probably London.
O2?
No, I'm not sure the O2 is available, but we're working on a few things at the moment. But we're close. It's not done. For me, I said after the last fight, if Bellew retires, then I'd be happy as Larry. But also, Bellew is probably one of the most gamest motherfuckers I've ever met in my life. And when Usyk called him out that night in the ring, after he became the undisputed champion, that was it. It was on. And Bellew wants to go down here. Bellew believes he can beat Usyk. And if Bellew beats Usyk, he will be, the undisputed cruiserweight champion and arguably pound for pound #1 in world boxing. And if Bellew becomes pound for pound #1 in world boxing, the internet will break. And people's souls will break as well. But he is a man that just surprises me time and time again. Just one of the most game motherfuckers I've ever met. And it's a dangerous fight, it's an horrible fight, but it is one of the best fights that can be made in world boxing right now. And listen, being selfish as a promoter, I would love to make it because it's one of the biggest fights in world boxing.
Is there a plan B to this?
No.
It says Usyk, or at the moment there'll be no one.
It's Usyk or retire. I think the only fight he would come back for is the Usyk fight.
Okay.
And if he does fight the Usyk fight, I will make sure that is his last ever fight in the sport.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He doesn't. He's got a beautiful look. Yeah, but he can't deny himself this challenge. And I respect him unbelievably for that. But he's a fighting man, a boxing man. And he's dreamed of these belts, these titles, these Ring Magazine belts all his life. And now he's one fight away from getting them. And I know it's a tough fight, but don't underestimate Bellew. I speak to people in boxing. Billy Joe last week. He says, "I'm telling you, Bellew wins. Bellew knocks him out." And a lot of people have been saying that. And I know he's the underdog, and I know it's a really tough fight. But don't underestimate Bellew, honestly.
What did you make of the whole KSI and
Well, it's
Logan
amazing.
Paul
Was it
thing?
800,000 buys or something like that?
Allegedly, yeah.
I love
And
it.
you
when-
thought you?
I said 1 million, didn't I?
No, I thought you said
No, I
about
think to-
200,000.
No, to Boxing Voice, I said, I think it can do 1 million.
But it's, either way, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I
numbers.
love the articles where it says both guys earned 300 million out of it. It's like, how did you figure that out? What was it 800,000 buyers? Was it £6 a buy?
750.
Say they brought in 6 million in pay-per-view revenue. I'm not sure the YouTube split, it was 60-40 to KSI, so they took 3.5 million. Plus the gate, it's probably 1 million. They probably made 2 or 3 million quid each. Okay, nice work.
I think they probably made more than that.
How? There's no international TV, that was all wrapped into the YouTube pay-per-view. So 800,000 buys is worldwide. It's not just in the UK. But listen, fucking hell.
Yeah,
As a promoter, I'm think KSI, what's the other guy's name? Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Take my hat off to you, sir. Unbelievable.
If KSI was to turn
No.
professional, I know you was asked this the other day, you would not entertain it at all.
I don't know, but listen, I don't.
And he said to you, Eddie, I want to have my debut on a Matchroom show. Would you not be interested in listening to that?
Yeah, I probably would. Yeah, but he's not going to fight for 15 grand, is he? He just boxed for about 3 million quid. So listen, once again, what KSI and those guys do, mate, they're geniuses. I saw a little clip of the fight. It wasn't horrific like the one before. You know, when the geezer was doing the hike and all that. That weren't the best. It wasn't horrific. It wasn't horrific. Listen, anyone who...
What do you take from that? Like, what do you, as in learning-wise? There must be things that you take from that.
People are like, oh, it's terrible for boxing. No, it's not. It's great for boxing. It just takes boxing to a wider audience. What I take from that is there's a whole new world out there, away from us. Because we're old farts now. These kids, like there were parents taking their kids to go and watch this fight, you know? Respect to them. Respect to anyone that's out there on the grind, on the hustle.
KSI more known than Anthony Joshua?
Yes, but worldwide, I don't know. So, probably, maybe. It's hard to get your head around this audience because I don't know the audience. The audience that I know is the boxing fan and the casual fan that loves a great night out, great entertainment, great championship boxing, and just a brilliant atmosphere and experience. That's the fan that I know.
But from the other day, I think it was Spencer Oliver saying to me that, you know, if that boxing audience 2 or 3% come over,
Brilliant.
job done.
That's what about McGregor against Mayweather. Oh, it's terrible for boxing. No, it's not. It's a fucking joke event, but great for boxing. Great for boxing. There's too many haters out there. There's too many people that are just so quick to just try and downplay other people's ambitions, dreams, strategies, hustle. Just let people get on with it and wish people the best of success. Trust me, if you want people to do well, good will come to you.
Quick word on Dylan White before you go.
We've done it. Dillian White will be boxing in December. Outside of the champions, he's the #1 heavyweight in the world. And we'll see what happens. I'm going to go to me peg.
You go to your peg.
What peg am I, Dave? Sorry? What peg am I? Absolutely. Bill, what peg are we?
I don't know where, but Jax. Yeah, from the. No, when it showed up. Cameraman was on there, wasn't he? Well, it still is.
Right, let me get my peg. Right. Dave's going to find out our pegs.
Have you got his peg?
I got my pig here. I peg you if you want. I'm Imperial. Vlad the Impaler.
All right.
I need to find where this geezer is. I knew I should have brought a stick of dynamite with me, because I'm by myself. I could have catch all the fishes.